Hi guys, it's Meiji. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you're not, welcome back. And today we are talking about identifying toxic attachment patterns. I know you guys can't see the board right now, but the board is actually for me so I can read my notes, okay? So the first way to identify toxic attachment patterns is when you feel anxious when they pull away. If you're in a relationship with someone and as soon as the person starts to pull away or ignores your texts or does not call you back or whatever the case may be, you start worrying, you start thinking about what the person is doing, or you start feeling anxious like, oh my gosh, what is this person doing? Why hasn't he called me? Why hasn't she called me? Whatever the case may be. That's when you know you have a toxic attachment pattern, because you should never feel anxious if someone does not text you back. I understand if you think that you have a bad feeling, something happened, that's a different situation. But just because a person is not texting you back, that shouldn't make you feel anxious, because like I said, people walk in and out of your life. So just because one person walks out or does not call you, or whatever the case may be, you should just ignore that. You should just let that be. You should be nonchalant about it, because sometimes people will make you want to feel anxious about them. So they feel as though they feel that chase from you, like they like the chase that you're giving them, and it's not worth it. Some people can be very manipulative, and you just have to be aware of that. I'm not saying that everybody is manipulative, but sometimes you just have to be open-minded that some people will just try to make you feel this way. So then it's like, oh, they have you wrapped around their shoulder, or wrapped around their finger. Sorry. I'm saying shoulder. You should never feel anxious because someone is not texting you back. Okay. Unless you have a bad feeling. Remember, I said, unless you have a bad feeling. The second way is you ignore red flags, right? The moment you start ignoring red flags to keep the connection, like you know that you love this person and you want to keep this person around, but the person has red flags, you'll just be like, you know what, let me just ignore it because I want to stay friends, or I want to remain as friends, or I want to remain as, a couple, whatever the case may be. That is you having a toxic attachment pattern, because you should never feel the need to keep someone even though they have red flags. You know what I'm saying? Your mental health and your state of mind is more important than people you keep around you or people that you have around your environment. You shouldn't want to keep someone because you are going to be lonely. Okay, you notice unhealthy behavior, but convince yourself it's not a big deal. I think people that convince themselves it's not a big deal, they have an emotional issue, like they're not really emotionally intelligent, because it's like, if you know for sure that you see the red flags and you see it, you're aware of it, but you want to ignore it, I feel like that's the biggest red flag for you, because you're putting yourself in a trap. You're literally setting yourself up for failure. You know for sure this person is going to backdoor you, or this person is going to stab you in the back, but you ignore that because what you want people around you, you want to keep that connection. It's not worth it. There's so many other people out here in the world that are willing to, be the best, show up for you in the best way possible and not show you these red flags. But because you don't want to do that extra work by finding other people and finding other friends, you just want to keep that person around. Always look at the red flags and take heed to those red flags. Pay attention to those red flags. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you shouldn't give people the benefit of the doubt, but if you see a red flag, you should just distance yourself. That's me. The last thing is your mood depends on their attention. If they're affectionate, you are happy. And then when they're not affectionate, or whatever the case may be, you feel low. And that shouldn't be your emotional state. You shouldn't base your mood off of how someone treats you. You should be happy within yourself, and that person should add happiness to your life. That person should add happiness to your life. You shouldn't just think of how the person treats you and then be like, oh yeah, I'm going to act this way because this person treats me good. I'm going to be happy today. And then if the person treats me bad tomorrow, I'm going to have a low mood. That just messes up your whole emotional state and your mental state. You should just be who you are. And then if the person's not treating you right, you should just not be in that situation. A lot of us like to ignore the red flags just because we want to keep that connection, which is not worth it. It's not worth it to keep someone that is not good for you. Just distance yourself or leave the person. Okay. I feel like people that do these three things, or one of these three things, has a toxic attachment pattern. And it is what it is. If you notice this within yourself, I feel like this is the time to actually take action and become better and do better. You know what I'm saying? You should stop doing these things and actually realize the red flags. Stop feeling anxious when they pull away, and stop basing your mood off of how they treat you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and I'll see you guys in the next. Bye. Oh yeah, make sure you comment down below which toxic attachment style or toxic attachment patterns you have in the comments. I would love to hear you guys out. Okay, bye.